first, President Obasanjo was the first person who documented his support for local content and local manufacturers. There was a documentation then written by the Secretary of Government then, I think it was Chief Kaite Ufot, and it was circulated around the country. Yes, the VP at that point, Atiku Abubakar, was part of those who were in an event at the Cook Hotel those days to launch one of the local brands at the time. So yes, there was a euphoria about supporting, but like everything government, the intention was there. It was documented. Like people say in Nigeria, we don't need many laws. The laws are there. Just implement them, just follow them. Same thing with the local manufacturing drive. The laws are there, the documentation, the executive order you call it, it's been there since. But the will, those who have been tasked with responsibility to monitor the adoption, to monitor the, how will I put it now, the application of those regulations, either they, for whatever reason, they don't follow through. There are a lot of what I might call crimes in Nigeria for which there are no penalties. And if there are no penalties, there's no incentive to, to obey those laws. So today, those same laws are there. They have even been better amplified by what we now know as executive orders, executive order 3, executive order 5. They are all even went as far as putting a minimum percentage to government projects, saying that it must be 40% local content. Those laws are there, but they are not being followed. Not being followed. In fact, sometimes those who make the laws are those that are running foul of it. So government themselves who make the laws, sometimes you see them. We have seen situations where government MDAs donate computers for one cause or the other, and they're donating foreign brands. What can be more demotivating to other agencies? So some people will say, okay, why are you guys depending on government? But government is the facilitator. Government is the biggest spender. If you go to America, the biggest computers those days were not used in the private sector. They were used in government because government has the largest amount of data, for example, to start with, to crunch. They have the economy to run. You can't run it manually. You have to run it with technology. So if you don't crystallize, galvanize demand for anything, whether it is cars, we know when it was Pojo to be bought. If you don't galvanize it with government this thing, you don't want to grow, even though you mouth it that you want the local industry to grow. Look at India today. Do you know how much they're making from technology? I don't know. I'm not one of those guys who are able to quote statistics, but we all know the amount of money that India is making. They don't have oil. They don't have oil. They're making so much money from it, from technology.